What's going on? We back. Goodfella Sports TV. Salute to all the brothers and sisters out there holding us down. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Won't miss another video or live stream from us. And, apparently the Houston Rockets ain't happy with Carmelo. We all know that. And it might be a chance that they might be parting ways really soon. They trying to fix it. I'll link the article from ESPN. It's getting to the point where it sounds like they're trying to, find out what's wrong with the offense. It went from #1 overall offense last season to, I think it's 26 overall before the night begun. They're playing, currently on my TV, they're playing the San Antonio Spurs. I think they slightly losing right now. But it sounds like they're blaming Carmelo Anthony. I think it said in the article he missed 10 of 11 shots last night or something like that. And obviously, Carmelo Anthony ain't a fit for the team. But they also could point to the fact they traded away a lot of their defense with Trevor Ariza and Lushar Bout. Hopefully I said his name right. He went to the Clippers, and Trevor Ariza went on to the Phoenix Suns from the Houston Rockets and got paid pretty big. He hasn't been playing that bad with Phoenix, with the Suns, so... but it sounds like they blaming Melo for their poor start. And Melo ain't a fit. Melo ain't a guy that can run up the court and play in this offense and catch and shoot no more. He's not a willing defender. He's a guy that needs the ball to get in the rhythm. He ain't a catch and shoot guy. He a dribble and shoot type of guy off the dribble. He a scorer type. In this offense, all the scoring is dictated by the pick and roll and the ball handling ability of James Harden and Chris Paul. He's not a catch-and-shoot guy, as funny as it sounds. That ain't Carmelo Anthony. A catch-and-shoot guy is Klay Thompson, guys like that. Carmelo Anthony is more of a scorer, a post-up type of guy, a mid-range assassin that he got to take a dribble to get in the rhythm. And I could have told you that was going to be the issue with him going here. He just can't do it now. And the one thing that I think they can use him as, if they want to right this ship and they're looking for answers and they sitting down and meeting with Carmelo Anthony and seeing if they can fix this role, within his offense. And one of the ways you fix the role is you use him as a stretch four, you post him up more, and you throw the ball to him on the block. That's what you're going to have to do. And the reason you do that is, because when playoff time comes, you can't run up and down the floor all day. Pick and roll, that ain't going to work. Teams have a scouting report on you on your offense, and you have to play a half-court ball at some point. So you can't. That's why Mike D'Antoni's system, literally always fails in the Western Conference Finals. May have been with Phoenix, or it may have been last year with the Rockets. You have to have versatility and be able to play in the half court in the playoffs. And right now they can practice playing the half court in the playoff, or half court right now in the regular season with Carmelo Anthony. You can make him a stretch forward, throw it to him on the post. Throw it to him on the post, clear out the side, let him post up, let him kick out. You still gonna get high percentage shots. If Carmelo still got juice in his leg, we could post up and get a couple buckets, and he could demand a double team. You can still kick the ball out. Eric Gordon get a 3, James Harden get a 3, Chris Paul get a 3. I'm not saying that's going to be a go-to offense, but Carmelo Anthony in the high post, in the pick and roll, with Clint Capella, playing high and low with Clint Capella, posting them up and letting them work, on the block and making him like a stretch four and a post up four. I think that'd be beneficial. I think that's the only way he legitimately can fit in this offense, to be honest. And I say that, and I say that adamantly. If they, find a role for him to post up as a power forward and play that position to give him some touches on the inside, when the going gets tough. Like I said, the offense is going to have to slow down in the playoffs anyway. So they might as well start to refine they half-court offense, and Carmelo can be their half-court offense. It made him be setting the picks for Chris Paul and James Harden, and him coming off the pick, and they bounce passing or feeding him off the pick and pop, or feeding him off the roll, and he can make him move to the hole and score. That's what it's going to have to be for Carmelo Anthony, And him being a willing defender, that's just not going to happen. He don't have the legs no more. You can't teach a old dog new tricks. You can't expect him to be a catch and shoot. Now, if he can catch it and get a dribble or two and get in rhythm and shoot it, that's the type of person he is. He's not going to be a guy that's going to win a three-point contest. He's not going to be Ray Allen, Klay Thompson. That's not his game. Carmelo Anthony is a rhythm shooter. And a rhythm shooter is Basically like what James Harden is. He is what James Harden and Chris Paul is. They are scorers. They like to create their own shot off the step back, create their own shot off the dribble. Carmelo Anthony is a scorer. He's a guy that can get it off the dribble, get it off the muscle on the block, and they got to figure that out, and that's the only way that I can see is by them, making him the picker, making him the pick and popper, making him the roller to the basket, you know what I'm saying? Posting him up, letting him, kind of letting the offense go through him, maybe with the second unit or even with Chris Paul and James Harden, because if you post him up, and he can get a couple points on the block, and then demand a double team, then you get an easy 3-point shots with Chris Paul and James Harden. But you have to play to Carmelo Anthony's strengths. And Carmelo Anthony's strengths is being a scorer. And he can score on the block. So, he'll feel part of the offense if you let him score on the block, let him pick and roll, let him pick and pop and get those in-rhythm shots. That's the only way, because other than that, they might as well cut him right now and cut bait with him. And at the end of the day, Richard Jefferson said something that was really, really cruel, but it's really, really honest. And sometimes to be blunt, really blunt and honest, it comes out cruel. And this is his farewell tour. If it didn't work in New York with Mike D'Antoni the first time, it didn't work in New York in general, it didn't work with OKC last year, and didn't work with Houston, it's over with for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is going to be in Israel with Amari Stoudemire. We're going to be in China with Stephon Marbury, and it might be a point where mentally he ain't equipped to go over there and do that. What Stephon Marbury did, becoming the king of China, becoming the greatest basketball player to play over there, he mentally had to change his mindset. His mindset was similar to Carmelo Anthony. His mindset was so one-track minded that he really derailed his time with Minnesota and Kevin Garnett. And most people thought they had championships on the floor. Carmelo Anthony mindset, is just like Allen Iverson and Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury was able to do something that Iverson and I don't think Carmelo Anthony was able to do, is take a step back and say, you know what, I'm the problem. Let me adjust. Let me accept, going overseas. Let me accept my role right now overseas, and let me be great. He won't do that. He won't do that. Carmelo Anthony is going to be out of basketball, and possibly him and his wife Lala separated. He could be going to divorce, and he can go from bad to worse. I think they got a prenup, so maybe it won't go too much to worse, but the Rockets are trying to, find a role for him on his team, and that's the only role that can help him right now. I mean, that's the only role that he can play, and that's he's willing to play. He can change his mindset and go out there and say, you know what, I go up the court and catch and shoot. That's not his game. Carmelo Anthony got to put the ball on the ground. He's a scorer. He's like James Harden. He's like Chris Paul. He got to score. He got to get it off the bounce, step back, off the dribble. So if they don't post him up and play through him through the post a little bit, and make him as the picker and the roller and the picker and the popper, it's over with for him, man. He's going to be out the league. I know a lot of people try to make it seem like it's not Carmelo Anthony. It's not solely off the strength of Carmelo Anthony. It's not. It's solely off the strength that they trade their defense. He can't be the defender that Trevor Ariza or Luke Bout was. He can't be. He ain't that. And PJ Tucker ain't that as well neither. And you replace the guy that you want to come down and be like Trevor Ariza and be a 3-and-D guy. Carmelo Anthony not that. He's another scorer. He's not a catch and shoot and defender like Trevor Ariza. And at the end of the day, don't be surprised if the Houston Rockets don't cut Carmelo Anthony and get him up out of there. They can't trade him because nobody else want him. Nobody want Carmelo Anthony. And at the end of the day, you talk about team obliterator. Skip Bayless called Terrell Owens team obliterator. Absolutely not. Terrell Owens worked his ass off and did what he had to do, and he fit in, for the most part, and, you can say the same thing about Dwight Howard. I think Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony are team obliterators. Whatever team they go to, they're cancerous. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's how it is. And I think both of their careers are coming to an epic end right now. And, it's the end of an era. And I think Dwight Howard got plenty of, miles left on his body. He just, he been in the league a little bit longer than Carmelo. He's just cancerous to teams, man. His mindset, or just he's a bad omen when they on teams, both Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Let me know what you think. I'll link the article in the description. Also in the description, you can find our Facebook page, Facebook group. Also, you can find our Twitter page. You can add me, got questions for me. You can email me the same business inquiries, sponsorships, or whatever else you got going on. Also, you want to make a donation to the channel. The link's in the description as well. Appreciate all the brothers and sisters out there supporting us. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, bell icon button when we miss another video.